1180 welcomes you to the Seniors Rock Show, presented by Century Benefits Group, Medicare and Employee Benefits Advisors. The Seniors Rock Show is a lively weekly discussion shining a bright light on aging with fun, entertaining, and important info for all adults. Join in with your comments or questions. Call 222-1180 or 1-800-295-1180. Now, live from the News Radio Wham 1180 studios in downtown Rochester, here's your host, Joanna Palvino.
Well, hey, good morning and happy Saturday. I'm estate planning attorney Mike Robinson from the law office of Michael Robinson. Joanna actually is taking a day off, but she'll be back with us next week. In the meantime, sitting in the co-host chair with me is Mike Krossber of Krossber Brothers Pool and Spas. Mike is a guy who, along with his family, is passionate about the health benefits water can do for his customers. The Krossbers have been bringing people together through the joy of owning a pool or spa since 2009, and they're grateful for the relationships they've built with so many families over the years. And today we'll hear more about customer appreciation from Mike Krossber. We are live, as we are every Saturday, and we welcome your calls. You can reach us here at 585-222-1180, or if you're out of the area, 1-800-295-1180. Pam will answer the call, and she'll either put you through to us on the air, or if you'd rather, she can take your questions and relay it to us. But let's go ahead and get the show on the road and welcome now Mike Krossber. Mike, good morning.
Good morning, Mike. How you doing?
Excellent. Thank you. Good to see you again, and looking forward to this year's extravaganza, which we'll get to later. But just, for people, Mike, who haven't heard you before, let's start with telling us about the company, how it got started. I know it's a family business, which is, and I've got to meet some other family members, but go ahead and tell us how you all got started.
Yeah. So my brother and I, we kind of got our start both working at a local pool store many years ago. And then in 2009, we started up our own gig, and it's been amazing ever since. We've got my mother working at the store, my cousin, my dad's around, everybody. It's definitely a family affair. And even the employees that don't carry the Krossber name, they do feel like family. We have a lot of fun, Mike.
Sure. And you've been in the same location, or at least in the same area since you started, correct?
Yeah, this year we're celebrating our 16th year in our little spot. We do have some exciting new plans that we'll be sharing soon, but 16 years right where we are.
Very good. And what are some of the changes that you've seen in the industry since you did get started?
Yeah, I'm excited. There's been a lot of innovation in both the pool and the spa industry, as well as the chemical treatment of these types of products. Everything's getting a lot more natural, a lot better for the environment, better for skin. So it's a very exciting thing to be involved in. But yeah, the products, the innovation, especially on the hot tub side of things, has just been incredible.
And the advancements, and I think that's the right word in terms of the chemicals that need to be used. I can remember as a kid, chlorine in the pool, and you almost had to wear a hazmat suit if you were going to do everything properly. But it's not only safer, but it's more environmentally friendly now, correct?
It is. You still have your staples like chlorine and bromine, but the innovation of salt water and being able to have these systems that produce a very low, safe amount of chlorine for you in your pool or spa is really taking things in the right direction.
And what are you seeing in terms of, who's buying spas? I know, again, the options, and we'll get into that more probably the next segment, but a lot more options now. Who's buying spas and pools?
It's everybody on the pool side of things. We see a lot of families coming in. People are looking to make the backyard their hub for birthday parties, for the fun. With the spas, the wellness message is really carrying that product to just about every demographic. We have people in their 20s buying plug and play. We have people buying saltwater spas. Just about every age group you could imagine. It's really exploding.
Interesting. And it is. Are you seeing? Is the Is the movement more towards spas versus pools, one way or the other, or is it really just pretty consistent?
It's pretty consistent, but with what I do for our business, I definitely see much more going on with the hot tubs. It's something in our region you can use year round, so it's a better
Right.
investment.
Yeah, as opposed to the pool, which we're a little more limited in terms of this season. So, well, let's start talking about. I know here you've got your annual customer appreciation sale getting started. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, we've done it every May. This one we're kind of a little more excited than the others because it is our 16th year. But we do it every May. It's usually the first 12 to 14 days. We do some big discounts on the BioGuard chemicals. We bring in a lot of hot tubs to feature 60 months at 0% for the community. We do some raffles and giveaways. We try to make it fun. It's something that every year we look forward to, and so does our customer base.
Yeah, and Joanna and I, of course, have been to the appreciation sale, and it is a lot of fun. Where is it going to be this year?
Yeah, so we're hosting it right at our store. We've got a big tent set up. We've got lots of inventory and product on display right at 5984 State Route 96 in Farmington.
Okay, okay. And when, some more details about the when and how, et cetera?
Yeah, so specifically the customer appreciation sale, it kicked off this past Thursday, May 1st to the 12th. And then, of course, the big one that we do every year where you and Joanna come in on site is that July Soak and Save event. That's been an annual blast. Bringing the
Sure.
food, bringing the crowds. It's fun.
Yeah, this event too is good, as you say. You've got a lot of inventory, a lot on display, and you've got a lot of deals going on.
Yeah, it's been a while. Just the first 3 days here it's been wild. Even as I sit here, my phone goes off if folks are at the store wondering, when am I coming in? It's already busy this morning on a rainy day.
Yeah, well, I would think a day like today would get people thinking about soaking in a hot tub.
Oh yeah.
For sure. So, you mentioned saltwater spas, and I know that that is something that newer over the last several years. Can you talk a little bit, Mike, about what is the saltwater spa, how that might differ from what people might traditionally think about a hot tub?
Yeah, I mean, the saltwater spas, I do think that's the future of the industry. Right now, Caldera, specifically our manufacturer, has just really got it figured out. It's a much more natural body of water to soak in, less odors. You can serve water by only needing a drain and refill once a year. Everything about it is much better for your body, better for the product. It's just ease of maintenance. You spend less. There's really no negatives. I hope everybody goes in that direction industry wide, personally.
And how did that develop? What, just sort of the history of that. How did that come about? Who discovered it, that sort of thing.
Yeah, so the engineers at Caldera basically were trying to answer the biggest issue with shoppers and looking at tubs. It's how do I maintain this thing? And I don't want another chore. And so they designed this system to be so easy, where you literally at the press of a button are generating that sanitizer for yourself. This year, there's even more to talk about with the freshwater IQ. Now these saltwater tubs are capable of testing their own water, telling you right on the screen what to add. So it's really taking the maintenance and the concern of it being a chore out of the equation for the owner.
Okay, interesting. And I know that the spas come in various sizes. You mentioned plug and play. What is the difference, plug and play versus maybe a larger spa?
Yeah, so the plug and play is a wonderful way to get into spa ownership. These spas simply plug into a standard 110 outlet. They can heat water and function just like any tub, with just a different set of expectations because it only plugs into one outlet. But specifically, the free flow spas are capable of being plug and play. They have units from 2 person right up to 7 person, but they can also be converted to 220 like a traditional. So you get the benefits out of, if you don't know if you want to be into a hot tub, this is a great way to get into it without, spending too much.
Sure. And just for listeners, again, to plug and play simply means you would just plug the spa motor into a typical household outlet, correct?
That's correct. It's that easy. Take it home, fill it up, plug it in, and you're a hot tubber.
All right. All right. Sounds good. Sounds good. So what, a little bit, what are some of the deals that you do have going on now?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest one is, we're all about local. So we've teamed up with our local credit union, Reliant, and they're offering our customers 0% for 60 months. That's probably one of the biggest things going on right now. It makes it very affordable. Spas from $77 a month on up. The other thing we're doing is we've got some factory direct rebates. It's another way, we have like a buy it now special, if you will, where you can significantly save up to $4,500 on certain models. It's We're also featuring 15% off all of the BioGuard water care, all the chemicals and supplies you need for your spa or pool. 15% off there. And we didn't know it at the time, but BioGuard is also doing a factory direct rebate where you spend certain amounts and you get even more back from them, so you can combine both.
Wow, interesting. So, folks, we're here with Mike Krossber of Krossber Brothers Pool and Spas. He's going to be with us for the balance of the show, and we're going to be right back after the break with some more information about spas and pools, and specifically how you can benefit from them. And you're listening to Seniors Rock Radio here on News Radio Wham 1180. Radio. We'll continue now with today's guest, Mike Krossber, one of the brothers in Krossber Brothers Pool and Spas. The Krossbers are celebrating their annual customer appreciation event going on through May 12th at their store at 5984 Route 96 in Farmington. And Mike, we were, earlier talking about some of the different spa products, but I'd like to have you discuss what are some of the health benefits of a spa.
That's been the biggest joy in doing what I do, seeing the effects of improved sleep. My customers that have fibromyalgia or severe pain in their neck, back, suffering, coming in and wanting to buy a spa for those reasons. That's the number one. Pain relief, easing muscle tension, pain management, improved sleep. You have so many benefits to. We kind of teach a 20-minute renewal routine. 20 minutes a day in a spa can really improve so many categories of your life. That I'll admit, when I first got into this 22 years ago, I really didn't understand. Now that I'm older and I've been delivering them all these years, I totally get it. And yeah, it helps in every way, both mentally and physically.
Sure. And I know, I work with a lot of older clients, and many of them have talked to me about, it, as you said, the pain relief that they've experienced with some water treatment. And that kind of brings up a topic. It really spans ages, correct? I mean, you may have, as we all get older, we ache a little bit more, but then even for young people who are especially athletes, there's benefits to the water therapy.
There really is. We have families, hockey families, football families, wrestlers. We have families that take advantage of these things for their kids after their practices, their tournaments, their games. We're seeing so much more into that wellness category, especially with pain relief and comfort.
And one of the things I learned about, from you a few years ago, is the benefits of cold water therapy, which is maybe a little bit counterintuitive. But talk a little bit about that, if you could.
Yeah, so that's a new big thing. Cold plunging is really taking off in the U.S. It's something that we got into a little bit over a year ago. There's a couple employees and I that were doing it regularly. I'll admit, over the winter, it wasn't the most appealing thing, but with warm weather back, getting into the cold plunge, think of it like starting your day with a cold plunge, finishing your day with a soak in a hot tub. The cold plunge really it hones you in. It causes a release of endorphins that lasts for hours and hours and hours. It really amps you up for your day with all the same benefits: reducing inflammation, clearing mental focus. It's much easier to think of it that way. Just 9 minutes a week is all you need to enjoy those benefits.
And what do you recommend? Because I know that can be a little more intimidating than sliding into an ice warm tub. How do you recommend people get into the cold water therapy?
Yeah, there's some stages. I started out at 50 degrees. There's some plungers that go way down to 35, 40, or even lower. But I started at 50, and my goal was to just do 3 minutes and do the three stages. Submerge yourself, keep your arms above water, get used to that for a minute because your body's going to try to constantly produce that thermal barrier. You're in that ice cold water, and then into the second minute, get your arms under and kind of relax, slink down into the third minute. You just want to submerge the back of your head, and at that point, you just got to survive that last minute to really trigger all those benefits. But now I'm up to 12 minutes in that same temperature of water, so it's all about establishing a routine.
Sure, sure. And if I remember, there are some spas that feature both, the warm water, but also have the cold plunge option too.
They do. Even in our showroom right now at the store, I have a dual where there's one side is a two-person hot tub, the other side is a single cold plunge for that person who wants the benefits of both. And there's even devices that can be installed on a traditional hot tub that can turn it into a plunge as well. It's a fantastic way that these manufacturers are expanding. But the duals that's a cool product, 2-in-1.
I bet. And are you finding are people, starting to accept the cold plunge? Is that becoming more prevalent?
They really are. Even just this year, our manufacturer Caldera launched their cold plunge, which is the Caldera Emerge. I just unwrapped one, put it in our store. It's incredible. People are really embracing the product category. There's a big difference between just plunging in a barrel and actually buying a cold plunge made for comfort, relaxation, and to help you through that process of establishing the routine.
Gotcha. And I'll take your word for it that the cold plunge can be relaxing. So, uh, when I've tried it, it hasn't been all that relaxing, but it is invigorating. I'll give it that. Um, Switching a little bit, going in the opposite direction, saunas. I know that's now something that you're doing.
Yeah, we got into saunas this past year. It's something I've always wanted to do. But it's been a little bit of a space limitation, which again, we're going to be solving very soon. But we decided to bring them in. So many people in the community were asking for them. So we wanted to bring a solution in. We now carry infrared saunas, both 1, 2, and 3-person solutions. And then what I'm super excited about is our outdoor cube saunas. They're up to 4-person. They can run on electric or be wood fired with the lava rocks, the steam. So there's a lot of benefits there too that share the same category benefits as a hot tub. So
Sure.
neat product.
Yeah, and for people who may be new to that conversation, what is an infrared sauna?
Yeah, so the infrared sauna is an electric sauna that traditionally we've been installing them in people's basements, garages, and they're made for indoor, and they don't quite get as hot as the traditional. You don't produce steam, but you get all the same benefits: the relaxation, especially the detox. That's a big one. Improved sleep. Specifically the infrared ones that I brought in have infrared panels starting at the feet, back of the legs, all the way up, so you really get a full body. Within 15 to 20 minutes, these things can get up to 150 degrees. So it's definitely a very quick and easy way to get the benefits of sauna ownership without that traditional sauna.
Sure. And for an infrared, what kind of footprint does it require typically?
That's the best part. Even just a one person takes up no more room than a storage cabinet in a garage. I mean, there's maybe a 3 foot by 2 foot footprint. Even the 2-person's very economical. 3-person gets a little bit larger, but
Sure.
specifically the warm wave saunas that I brought in. These 1 and 2-persons can plug into a standard outlet. They're plug and play, if you will.
Yeah.
Keeping it simple, you can pair them to your phone if you wanted some relaxing music. If you wanted some red light therapy, you can turn that on as well. So it's a neat category we're getting into.
Yeah, no, it sounds it, and yeah, I don't have one at home, but I have a number of friends who've installed saunas, and they like to tell me about that. So, yeah, interesting stuff. And folks, we're going to have more with Mike Krossber and the latest in pools and spas after the news break here on News Radio Wham 1180.
As I went walking the ribbon of highway, saw above me that endless skyway. I saw below me that golden valley. Sing it out now. This land was made for you and me.
And welcome back. If you just tuned in, this is the Seniors Rock radio show. We're here every Saturday live from 11 till noon, and we're celebrating Pete Seeger's birthday today. So Pam, thanks for queuing that one up. You know, if you've got a question or a comment for us or for our guest, Mike Krossber of Krossber Brothers Pool and Spas, give us a call at 585-222-1180. We'd be happy to hear from you. And Mike, just again to repeat, right now I know your customer appreciation sale is going on at the store. There's a lot to see in terms of inventory and just to get ideas about what might be possible. And, you know, the store really isn't that far away.
No, no, a lot. We hear from a lot of customers from the past 16 years that say, "Geez, I didn't know you were here," or I thought we were much further. But just to give some context to the listeners, we're exit 44 on the thruway is only 20 minutes from the Red Wings Stadium. We're only 20 minutes from Henrietta, 20 minutes from Penfield. Once you hit exit 44, we're just two lights in the left, 4 minutes away. We're right there. So 20-minute drive can really expose you to my family and how we like to treat people. And we have a lot of fun. Give us a shot. Come on down. We're already all over your communities, delivering spas, doing pools. But I think we've flown under the radar all these years as people thinking we're kind of far away when we're really just right there, just on the outskirts.
Gotcha. And we were talking earlier about plug and play, but that doesn't mean that people are on their own in terms of installation, correct?
No, no, not at all. You basically, I would say the vast majority of people that even buy a plug and play from us, it's still Josh and I out there delivering them and setting them up and teaching the customer how to use their new spa. I think my team and I take more pride in teaching and making sure that somebody is content with their purchase and how to maintain it and care for it than just somebody buying it. That's where we really like to dig in and shine. So it's not a drop and go or here's your tub. Well, wait for you to ask questions. We really want to drive home a good routine and let you know that we're there to support you.
Sure. And I think that's important too, especially for people who are, just getting into the spa experience and it may be new to them, is that they do have that support from the company.
Yeah, it's a big one. You've got a situation where here's this product that's going to spend its entire life cycle outside in our harsh Rochester region weather, and the reality is it's not a matter of if it's ever going to need service; it's a matter of when, and that's something that my staff and I, we're open 7 days a week, year round. We really prioritize and making sure our customers know that we handle all service ourselves. More than often, you're going to run into either Josh or myself out there if your hot tub has an issue. But you need to buy from somebody that stands behind and supports the tubs and services themselves. And we do have a lot of wonderful stores in the community, just like mine, that do that. I don't want to try to give myself a trophy there. I think that there's some wonderful family-owned stores in the community that do as good a job as I do.
Sure. And, obviously buying local also benefits the community. So, anything else, Mike, that you think people should know about pools, spas, saunas that we haven't covered?
Yeah, we've talked a lot about like the big items themselves, but just a little background on our service department. We run four different crews. Our vans are all over the place. We do pool liners. We do just about everything you can imagine. We've never really talked about it, openly. We just kind of thought people assume that we service and do everything ourselves, but no, we've got a huge staff. Everyone's out there cleaning and maintaining pools, maintaining hot tubs, fixing things when they break, installing pool heaters, everything you can imagine in our product category. Not only do we sell, but we also service.
Right, right. And yeah, which is so important. So folks, again, Krossber Brothers Pool and Spas, if you're looking for a pool, a hot tub, a saltwater spa, a sauna, they've really got it all. They've got the experience to not only recommend what's right in terms of what you're looking for, but to help you maintain it over the lifetime of the item. So you can visit their website at krossberpools.com, their Facebook page at Krossber Pools. If you want to give them a call, the store number is 585-742-3207. Again, that's 585-742-3207. And right through May 12th, their annual customer appreciation sale. Again, just 20 minutes away at the most at 5984 Route 96 in Farmington. And Mike, thanks so much. Great information. And I'm looking forward to getting out there. It's always fun to just see what's there and think about what we might do at our home.
Yeah, I thank you, Mike. And for everyone else, it's just drive a little further and save a lot. You know what I mean?
There you go. There you go. So, folks, again, that's Krossber Brothers Pool and Spas. They've got their annual customer appreciation sale going on through May 12th. As Mike, you mentioned, you've got a 0% financing for 60 months, which certainly helps sweeten the deal as well.
Oh yeah, that's the big one. I can't appreciate our local credit union enough for giving us that program.
All right. So, well, Mike, thank you again. Really appreciate it. And we'll look forward to seeing you again in July.
Thanks.
All right. So, folks, yeah, I mean, it's a chilly, damp day. So a good day probably can't do a whole lot outside today. So today might be a great day to take a drive out to Krossber Brothers and take a look at what they're offering. So, Pam, any thoughts? Do you have a hot tub? Do you like to do hot tubs? There you go. It is. I know. I have a friend who used to be a farrier, and so he soaks every morning, and it's done wonders for his back. A lot of the guys I used to play football with have hot tubs as well, and they find that it helps them quite a bit too.
Absolutely. You can't go wrong.
Yeah, yeah. So, all right. Well, folks, stay with us. We're going to be back after the news break, and we'll just talk about what else is going on around town today. It's Derby Day, of course. The Red Wings are in town, although it's not perhaps the best day for baseball. But we'll come back. We'll talk a little bit. And again, we've still got time. If you've got questions, Mike's going to hang around for a little bit. If you've got questions for him, 585-222-1180. Any questions for me? I'm here too until the end of the hour. So stay with us, and we'll be back in just a bit.
What do we have time-wise, Mike?
And welcome back to Seniors Rock Radio. And on a day like today, I think a lot of people are going to be spending time indoors. And joining us now is Peter Gordon from Indoor Air Professionals to remind us about the importance of healthy indoor air. Peter, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Mike. Yeah, so it's one of those out of sight, out of mind things. Your home's heating and air conditioning system is the heart and lungs of your home. And basically, if you ever move your refrigerator, after some time, you'll see all the gross stuff under there. The fur from your animals, this gray stuff, which is the 50 million dead skin cells per person per day. And all that attracts dust mites, and then of course we have the products of that's what makes people sneeze and all that. So yeah,
Sure.
it's a thorough cleaning of the duct system goes a long way to making you and your family healthier for sure.
And what have you got at Indoor Air Professionals? What are you offering now to kind of incentivize people to get that cleaning done?
Sure. So, well, and the other thing I didn't mention too, the other main interventions besides the thorough duct cleaning is we have a medical grade air purifier that covers 1,200 square feet, and so the deal on that, you can save $400 on that unit, and they're 40 times more efficient than HEPA filters. And we also have a high capacity dehumidifier, which you can also save $400 off on. And lastly, the duct cleaning I spoke about is you can save 15% off on that.
Wow, that's pretty remarkable.
So, and you got to call me today, though.
Yeah. And what's the number to call?
Okay, so yeah, you could reach me all day long, all the way up until 7 p.m. And that would be 585-427-8020, extension 303. So 585-427-8020, extension 303.
Very good. And folks, indoor air quality, it matters for those of us who have allergies. It can make a big difference to get that done. And as Peter said, the services that they provide are absolutely state of the art. The U.S. Navy uses their technology, so you can benefit from it as well. Peter, anything else you want to leave us with?
No, just like I said, it can really be a drastic change in your sleeping, your breathing. As we say, we can help you breathe easier in so many ways.
Very good. Well, Peter, thank you
Yep.
as always. And again, that's Peter Gordon from Indoor Air Professionals. And you can reach Peter today at 585-427-8020, extension 303. Peter will answer the phone and answer your questions, and you can take advantage of those great deals that they're offering. So, what else is going on today? It is Derby Day, as we mentioned. I don't know, Pam, Mike, are either of you horse race aficionados?
Nope, I can't say as I am.
No.
I do like watching it. I feel like recently I actually started watching it because we went to Saratoga last year, so we saw kind of how cool and interesting the racetrack is and some of the history there. So I definitely have an appreciation for it. I do like horseback riding. Gonna try to turn it on today. Yeah, I'll try to watch. It's a good rainy day to watch the Derby. What else are you gonna do?
There you go. There you go. I'm not a big horse racing fan. I have been to Churchill Downs though, and watched some races. I do like mint juleps, so maybe that's how I'll celebrate
I've never had
this
one.
afternoon. They are. They can. I don't like sweet drinks, so I maybe alter mine a little bit, but yeah, they're tasty.
Let's check it out once I can drink again.
Yeah, there you go. That's right. That's right. And it's going to be rainy in Louisville too. So if you're a bettor, I guess you're going to bet on the Mutters today. We mentioned that the Red Wings are in town. Again, not the greatest baseball weather. I don't know if they'll be able to get the game in, but it's the Lehigh Valley, the Iron Pigs. I think that's got to be one of the best names in baseball. So if you're able to get out, good day for that. It's also World Naked Gardening Day. Again, not the best weather for naked gardening. Even if it was, I would spare my neighbors the ordeal and not take advantage of that. But otherwise, I know, Mike, you're busy at the store, and hopefully you're going to have a lot of folks coming out and take advantage of what you're offering. Right, again, is it through May 16th, is it, or May 12th?
Right through May 12th, and
May 12th.
Once we wrap up here, I'll be heading to the store myself. I'll be there all weekend with my team. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun for the next 10 more days.
All right. Very good. Very good. So, yeah, I think, it's still, I'm going to try to get out and get some yard work done, even though it is wet. There's things that we can do. Can't mow the lawn today, but there's still cleanup to be done. And as I say, Joanna, who is off today, is going to be back with us next week, and we'll have some more information. What I really liked today, it was very health focused. Mike, with your information, the water therapy, whether it's the cold plunge, whether it's the hot tub, whether it's the sauna. Yes, it's enjoyable, but it also does provide some very definite and research-backed health benefits. So good information there. Peter Gordon from Indoor Air Professionals, again, health focused on our indoor air quality. So we're going to have some more information along those lines coming up for everyone next week. And, folks, as we always say, if there's something you'd like to hear us talk about, let us know. You can reach us on the Seniors Rock Facebook page. There's a way to message us there, but we really want to make sure we are bringing information that you find helpful, that you find useful. So if there's anything that we don't cover that you'd like to hear us cover, please let us know, and we will do our best to do that for you. And otherwise, have a great week. Thanks again for spending an hour with us on your Saturday. Hope things go well for you. If you are a horse bettor, I hope your horse does well. But otherwise, stay dry, be well, and be kind.